I unlock the front doors of Barnes& Noble at 8:32 a.m. The sun is already warm outside, the kind of late May sunlight that makes the pavement glow softly. The parking lot is mostly empty, just a few cars from the cafe openers and the morning manager. The glass doors are cool against my hand as I turn the key. Inside, the store is dim. Only half the lights are on. Long fluorescent strips hum quietly overhead. The air smells like paper, carpet cleaner, and faint traces of yesterday's coffee. I step fully inside and let the door close behind me. I flip the interior switch that activates the automatic doors. They hum to life with a soft, mechanical sound. My shift has begun. I walk toward the registers. My shoes make a muted sound against the patterned commercial carpet, that speckled early 2000s bookstore design meant to hide footprints and stains. The POS monitor is beige and heavy. The screen curves outward slightly. I press the power button and it makes a small mechanical click. The system boots slowly, a black screen, then white system text, then the Barnes & Noble interface loads, clean and slightly blocky. I type in my employee ID. I open the cash drawer, 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s. I count carefully. Pennies always seem to multiply overnight. I sign the opening sheet and slide it into place. Behind me, another employee unlocks the magazine cabinets. A delivery cart of newspapers rolls in from the back. The New York Times, USA Today, the Wall Street Journal, the local paper. I take the bundled stack of USA Today and slice the twine carefully with a small box cutter. The smell of fresh newsprint rises immediately, sharp and inky. I fan the stack neatly into its wooden display rack. It is quiet, the kind of quiet that only exists before customers enter. I walk toward the cafe area. The espresso machine is warming up. Steam hisses gently as the barista runs a test shot. The chalkboard menu lists simple drinks, cafe latte, cappuccino, mocha, iced coffee. Blueberry muffins sit beneath the glass, cinnamon coffee cake, chocolate chunk cookies. The pastry case is wiped clean. The smell of ground coffee fills the front third of the store. I refill the sugar caddies with white packets and the bright pink artificial sweetener packets that look almost fluorescent in the morning light. The first customer enters at 9:02 a.m. He comes almost every weekday. Late 50s, cargo shorts, white sneakers. He nods at me like we have known each other for years. He buys a tall drip coffee and the local paper. Today, he adds a paperback copy of The Perfect Storm by Sebastian Junger. I scan the barcode. The red laser line glides across glossy paper. He pays in cash. I hand him his change slowly. He takes his coffee and walks to the same armchair near the travel section. He always sits there. At 9:30 a.m., the rest of the overhead lights click on in sections. The store reveals itself fully. Front tables display current May 2002 releases. Everything's Eventual by Stephen King, The Summons by John Grisham, The Nanny Diaries, The Lovely Bones in paperback, a heartbreaking work of staggering genius by Dave Eggers. A tall cardboard standee promotes Spider-Man, released May 3rd, 2002. Tobey Maguire's red and blue suit reflects the fluorescent lighting. Near the media section, there is early promotion for Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, which is in theaters this month. A small display of Star Wars novels and visual guides sits nearby. I adjust one that has slid slightly out of line. By 10:15 a.m., more customers trickle in. A mother with a stroller heads straight to the children's section. A college student browses test prep guides. I walk through fiction with a reshelving cart. Books returned yesterday sit in small piles. I slide each one back carefully into place. F. RANZEN. The alphabet rhythm becomes calming. I align the spines so they sit flush against the shelf edge and gently tap the row until it forms a straight line. I pass the CD racks. The plastic security cases clack lightly when adjusted. Featured albums include Nickelback's Silver Side Up, Sheryl Crow's Come On, Come On, Train's Drops of Jupiter, Blink 182's Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, and Alicia Keys' songs in a minor. Avril Lavigne's Let Go is heavily promoted even though it releases next month. A listening station stands against the wall with silver headphones attached by thick black cords. A teenage girl samples a CD quietly. I wipe a fingerprint from the plastic display. The DVD section features Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. VHS tapes still occupy one smaller section, but DVD is clearly taking over. Back at the register, I help a woman buying a gardening book, a hardcover cookbook, and a copy of Oh, the Oprah magazine. I ask about membership. She decides to sign up. I slide the small paper form across the counter. She fills it out with a blue ballpoint pen. I type her information slowly into the POS system. It loads at its own pace. She pays with a check. The endorsement stamp makes a satisfying thunk sound. I place her books into a brown paper bag with the green Barnes and Noble logo. By noon, sunlight floods the front windows. Dust floats through the beams of light. The cafe is busier now. Ice clinks inside plastic cups. A man reads Time magazine. Another customer flips through Entertainment Weekly, featuring summer movie previews like Spider-Man and Star Wars Episode 2. I walk through the magazine aisle and straighten Rolling Stone, National Geographic, Cosmopolitan, and Car and Driver. I press the stack edges gently so they sit evenly. Around 1:30 p.m., things slow again. I take my break in the back room. A corkboard holds the printed May 2002 schedule. I sip coffee from a foam cup. A coworker flips through a CD booklet. No phones buzz, no one scrolls. The room is quiet except for soft conversation. When my break ends, I return to the floor. A father and son browse the Star Wars display. The boy picks up a visual guide for Attack of the Clones. He studies the pages carefully. Eventually, his dad nods. They bring it to the register. Beep. The boy holds the bag proudly as they leave. In the children's section, I kneel to reorganize board books. Goodnight Moon, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Clifford plush toys sit upright in a neat row. The wooden train table has been slightly disrupted. I reconnect the tracks carefully. A toddler pushes a wooden engine along. The small wheels click gently against the wood. By 4 p.m., the store feels warmer. The fluorescent lights hum quietly overhead. I make a slow lap around the store, straightening chairs, pushing in cafe stools, returning stray bookmarks to the counter, refilling receipt paper. Everything feels methodical and unhurried. Around 5:30 p.m., after work traffic begins, a woman buys a hardcover John Grisham novel, a travel guide to Italy, and a bookmark with a tassel. A college student buys a GRE prep book, a spiral notebook, and a pack of mechanical pencils. The register rhythm returns. Beep, bag, receipt. Have a good evening. The line never grows overwhelming, just steady and predictable. By 7 p.m., it slows again. The cafe wipes down counters. The smell of coffee fades slightly. I restock magnetic poetry kits, small leather journals, and clip-on book lights near the register. I adjust the Spider-Man standee one more time. At 9:45 p.m., I lift the intercom phone. Good evening, Barnes and Noble customers. The time is now 9:45, and we will be closing in 15 minutes. Please bring your final selections to the registers. My voice echoes softly across the store. At 9:58 p.m., a woman approaches with a single book. A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. I scan it. Beep. She pays with a MasterCard. The receipt prints loudly in the quiet store. I hand her the bag. She thanks me and exits through the automatic doors. At 10 p.m., I lock the front doors. The automatic mechanism powers down. The overhead music clicks off. Silence fills the store. I count my drawer again. 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, pennies still unpredictable. I sign the closing slip. The manager places the deposit bag in the safe. Lights shut off in sections. The children's area goes dim, then fiction, then the cafe. I step outside into the cool May night. The parking lot lights buzz faintly. My car sits beneath a soft yellow glow. I look back at the darkened storefront. Barnes and Noble, green lettering against brick. Inside, thousands of books rest quietly on their shelves. Tomorrow morning, the doors will hum open again. Newspapers will be sliced open. Coffee will steam. Receipts will print. Spines will be aligned. But for now, it is May 2002, and the bookstore sleeps.